Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Trainatic, or the Trainatic demo. It is a game about going as far as you possibly can on a train. As far as I can tell, that's kind of it. How did I get here? This track is not on any of my maps. Let's see where it takes us. Okay, oh. No, maybe it's fine. Oh well, we're hosed. Okay, I gotta be a little careful. Ramming things cost me fuel, apparently. Here again. There's something strange about these tracks. The old train's gonna need some upgrades. Okay, so take less damage when we run into things. Increase fire rate, less damage. I guess I'll just invest into that a bit. Okay, back to the woods. But we're gonna have to decelerate as soon as we get close to these trees. Because I'm going to have to just destroy all of them. Now, is this costing me fuel? It is. Not much. But is, in fact, costing me an amount. Okay, not the most accurate gun in existence either. But I got a lot of resources. I sense a strange power looming over me. Alright, now we got a bunch. Additional spot for a car. Unlock more cars on the upgrade tree. Extra max speed. Longer bullet duration, so a little bit more range isn't a bad move. Less damage when we run into things? Sure. We can't go up a higher level. Okay, so that extra bullet duration actually goes very far. There we go. And yeah, it'd be nice to have some distance, but I'm gonna just mostly shoot for resources. Okay, there we go. Out of fuel. Alright, so extra max fuel, additional car slot. Let's snag that. So if we manage train, we can do a spike shooter, change. We can get another spike shooter? Oh, but we don't have any more. Go back to upgrades. Okay, so that would give me another spike shooter car, but I gotta get more wood. Another bullet duration? I'll take that. Because that means I can kind of just take pot shots at random trees as we go by. Not the most accurate. Okay. And we're out of fuel. We made it kind of places. Go for faster shooting. What else do we have? Max storage. Unfortunately, a lot of these are probably locked off for reasons. You know, they might just not be valid for the demo. Or maybe I just have to play a little bit further. And this gun's got really garbage accuracy. I've been shooting around that tree on the tracks for a while. There we go. Okay, less damage. Hitting a tile at full speed creates an explosion, has a cooldown. Max fuel, max storage. Let's see. So, oh. Let's see. Looks like I can get one more upgrade on that. I wonder if I go backwards, because it seems like the track kind of interchanges with itself. Okay, well, it looks like full speed ahead for a little while. Alright. Do we want to just do a quick depart? Sure. Because we're looking for a decent amount of wood before we go back. I want to have another shooter car. There we go. And yeah, you can back up. I wonder if there's a secret back there. Maybe. It's a weird game. Yeah, that's kind of the nice part about all incremental games. Like, so many of them are inspired by Node Buster. Okay, we're maxed on wood, which means I can get another spike shooter car. And let's get a little bit more fuel. Okay, so now we've got 2 shooters. They're still woefully inaccurate. But at least the bonus fire rate increases my accuracy, or at least my chance to hit things. So at this point, we might actually want to look into increasing our capacity a little bit, just because pretty soon, yeah, we're just going to hit max. Looks like the basic trees actually don't get me anything. Well, at max speed, burn less fuel. Oh. Fuel support cars. Supported cars earn fuel when they collect a resource. Support cars buff any car that does damage. Place next to a dealing car. Interesting. So those are maxed out. So a little bit more accuracy isn't a terrible idea. Let's go for some storage capacity, though. Because at this point, we want to just be able to harvest a forest. Rather than even go the distance. Because, yeah, we want to just get as much as we possibly can from each one of these. Well, I mean, each one of these trips. Here we're max. Okay. Let's see. I can also increase my total cars, but that's not the most useful yet. Like storage support car. +1 resource gathered from support cars. Additional storage while this car's on the train. I think for now I'm just going to go for maximum storage. This way there's no way we're going to run out of space, at least not initially. And yeah, the extra fuel efficiency at max speed might actually be a really good idea. Because currently these, as far as I can tell, these trees don't do damage to me. I've got enough armor on the train. Yeah, do we want to go for... I guess it's only a little bit of fuel efficiency. Yeah, let's see how far we can go. What if there's a way that you can increase your acceleration? Probably. And yeah, we definitely want to look into that upgrade that makes it so we explode whenever we run into anything. Because especially here, that's going to be extremely good. What? Aliens? What was that? Is that the great power I've been feeling? Perhaps more answers lie down the track. Okay, explosive impact. Size and speed? Sure. Okay, so it seems like you don't just explode every time. However, it's still good. Okay. Yeah, so at this point we are most assuredly not collecting a full stack of resources. So, let's see, do we want to pick this up? I could. Max that out. A little bit of spike damage, a little bit of spike accuracy. What have we unlocked? Well, we don't know. A lot of stuff that we just have to see. Okay, at least I can kind of shoot pell-mell in any direction and largely score a hit on a tree. The area is extremely wooded. Okay, oop, we are actually starting to take some damage. Only a little, though. And do we want to get every cheap upgrade we can? What is this one? Milestones. Sure. So, mostly based on distance. Let's see, so a little bit... Oh, faster bullet speed. I mean, that's not terrible. Let's snag that. And support cars earn fuel. Sure. And a bit more storage and armor. Sure. Okay, move car to the right, change. This is going to be this. Support cars gain fuel when they destroy tiles. Sounds good. I'll have to play around with seeing which of these do what exactly. Because I'm assuming it's just the two train cars next to it is what they mean. That whenever they destroy something, we get a little bit more fuel. Probably the case. Didn't feel like I got that much more. Okay, what is this one? Fuel support cards gain extra fuel when a supported card gets a resource. Oh. Oh, I see. So this is just the upgrade for it. I mean, sure. I certainly like the idea of my 2 pistol cars just being able to get me oodles of resource, or oodles of fuel. Yeah, it seems to be getting me a ton of fuel. I just have to constantly be hitting things, otherwise we're gonna run out. But it seems manageable. Yeah, we'll want to look into some more armor when we get the chance too. Right, I don't need to be holding the accelerator any further. Okay, we are starting to take some damage for hitting trees. Yeah, so that's something I need to concern myself with. Ooh, rocks? There it was again. I've almost figured it out. If I could only see it one more time. Okay, so things that would be most useful. And yeah, I can't get another fuel support car. We can get a storage support car. I guess the best thing I could do is probably just upgrade these. Oh, that's how it works. As you fill these in, it reveals the surrounding tiles. Well, I like the shotgun. Pierce at full speed. Ooh. Yeah, some of those are extremely good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because giving my pistol car is Pierce, or even just going with a shotgun car, should work reasonably well here. Because if I can just destroy loads of resources as I move by, we can just get oodles of stuff. Yeah, it might be a good idea to get some more armor here at some point. Let's see. For later. Rock? Okay, so we can now start harvesting stones. Don't know what those are useful for, but we want them. It's I don't have enough. I'm probably just gonna go. Oh, but we did get a milestone. So, destroy 500 blocks, get damage at max speed. And max speed and 50 wood. Oh. Guess I could have gotten the upgrade I wanted. Oh well. Pick the last upgrade on that one. That's probably just depart from now. I appreciate that a lot of these upgrades very much are, hey, get the bonus but only at max speed. This train has no brakes. Why would we stop? There we go. Well, it certainly feels like I'm chewing through the forest pretty quick here. Just in the distance, the Lorax shakes his fist. Was the Lorax movie any good? I remember seeing, like, images of it, but I've never, ever even felt compelled to look up a single review of it. Because it just does not appeal. Okay, we're at 306. Alright, spike shooter upgrade. Okay, explosive impacts, cooldown speed, and 100 more wood. Okay. Let's see. I mean, honestly, the fuel income is probably the biggest. Followed by as much armor as I can stack. Let's see. I could buy another car, but I don't think that's going to help much. Just go with those. Okay, now get up to level 5. Whatever that is. Yeah, so having piercing should make this even more effective. Because yeah, I'm effectively destroying twice as many resources now. So I should be able to stay very active here. Okay. Seems like this is holding. Eventually my fuel costs are going to ramp up. But it's probably going to be from me running into trees and rocks and stuff more than anything else. Maybe. I'm definitely going the distance. And yeah, I've got enough armor that running into even these trees isn't that much of an issue. That was 34 distance, and we maxed out our wood easy. Okay, so extra bullet duration, cost some stone. Grenade car. Okay, well, max speed, burn even less fuel. I don't have enough resources for it. Okay, what is this one? Ah, acceleration is way more helpful. Because yeah, being able to accelerate really quickly means we can hit up, reach max speed quick. So I don't know if I care too deeply for max speed. Unless fuel's not a fuel doesn't matter about my speed, it only cares about my, like, distance traveled. And nothing more. It's hard to say. Until I can see the math on, like, what my fuel degenerations / costs are. Okay, right. We should be trying to get as much stone as I possibly can. Train just absolutely eats trees. Yeah, let's be shooting for as much stone as we can. That's a mess. Okay, this is starting to hurt a little. A lot, actually. But that's okay. Grab another one of those. Yeah, so more max speed, but I don't know how much I care about that. Cannot do more piercing. So we can do extra fire rate at max speed. Sure. Bullet duration at max speed. Get those. We want to just do damage and manage train. Okay. Change to storage support car. Okay, so that gives me just a little bit of more wood storage, which we very much want. Alright, wow. My bullet distance is extremely good now. Let's see. Is there really anything else to care too deeply about? Nope. I mean, for the most part, we want to just keep shooting trains, even if we're maxed on wood, because this gives us more resources for it. Mostly we want to shoot for rocks. Destroy as many rocks as I can. Very strange game. I love that about incremental games, and I've definitely said this before, of like, incremental games, I think are one of the only genres that can afford to mess around and actually succeed super well with it. Like, your concept can be as baffling as possible, and people are still gonna love it if the mechanics are great. Maybe like roguelikes as well. Okay, let's keep boosting that fire rate, because I think we need that pretty bad. Okay, explosion impact size. Should work on that cooldown speed as well. And I should check my my milestone, see if there's anything there that I'm missing. I haven't seen it pop up, but I'm also kind of slightly out of sorts. The weather has not been kind to me lately. And so, I've got, not like a super duper bad headache, I should probably take some Advil. But it's one of those where it's like, I can definitely feel myself struggling to form, I don't want to say like coherent commentary, that's not as much of a problem. I get, I think, lost a little bit more easily when I have a headache. Off topic, lose track. Does not help that I think I'm I'm definitely overheating a little. There we go. Yeah, keep aiming for those stones, if we can. I do wonder about moving the collection car behind the, Ooh, we should try that. See if I can actually put it directly behind the train engine. Because that might give me more. Let's see. Number of cars ahead supported. That's very good. We just need another, well, yeah. I'm going to snag it, just so I don't forget. Go for that fuel efficiency. Go for the storage. Go for the acceleration. Keep going for that fire rate. Okay. So if I manage the train, it's this one. So this actually affects both of these. Oh, so it's perfect then. I don't need to move it. The question is, oh, it's not supporting my train engine, but that doesn't count. I was really hoping it would work for all of the resources my train engine runs over, but it wasn't giving me the check mark, so I've got to imagine it's an invalid location. Or it doesn't count, which it absolutely should. But maybe it would be a little bit busted, because then you could just like ramming speed things. Okay, go back to hitting rocks. So I should actually support my train, because if I slow down too much, it messes with things. There we go. The problem is also this has like one of those kind of classic-y lo-fi soundtracks. And Yeah, I guess I should probably switch myself. There we go. I totally forgot my PNG tuber was on the wrong side. I apologize, but also, I don't know. Thank you, Shell, for coming over and pointing that out. Another game had UI on the other side, and it's like, alright, I'm good. Do I want another spike shooter car? Yeah. Because I think I'm going to change this out for another spike shooter. Okay, milestones. Distance 50, 500, 7,500 blocks. Oof. Fire rate at max speed. I mean, I might as well keep snagging those. Go for the range. Another spike shooter car? Maybe. I think I'm going to focus on some acceleration. Ah. Toggle auto accelerate. Well, that's nice. Okay, auto accelerate. Let's go. There. Now you guys can see what's going on. Holy smokes. The Lorax, the only explanation I can give is that the Lorax killed my family. And I'm out for blood, or sap in this case. Is this train just piloted by orcs? Is this the Urukai Express? It totally is. Yeah, the title of this game is Trainatics, as in, like, fanatics, train fanatics. I think that's the implication. Which is, you know, a totally fine title. But some part of me is amused because I think the fanatic is just us and our utter distaste for foliage. Well, we had a milestone to make it distance 50. I think we are going to have no trouble making it there. The only immediate problem is so many of our resources are being wasted here. Due to, an utter lack. Wait, what? Oh. Well, there it goes. Yeah, utter lack of storage space. That's it. I can track its energy signature to lure it to the train. I must build the orb catcher. Orb. More fuel efficiency. Grab another one of those. Okay, do we want to grab another spike shooter car? It is unbelievably tempting. I guess honestly, I should have grabbed another one of those. Okay, max out our max fuel and storage capacity, sure. Let's see. Oop, manage train. Okay, let's change this to another spike shooter. No, we're gonna do storage support. Right. Auto. Perfect. As soon as you hit that max speed, things just go nuts. Which is honestly extremely funny to me. I want to play more games like that. Like, I appreciate whatever this story is trying to do. But I think it would be equally funny if you were just a bunch of greenskins who hate trees. And that's your entire, like, shtick. Okay. I should try to go backwards at some point in this process, just to see where that gets me. But I'm lazy, and I'm probably going to keep forgetting to do so. I mean, maybe if I started talking about it incessantly, it'd be a little easier. It seems like after a certain point, the fuel costs get progressively higher as we go along. Yeah, we didn't even make it 50 on that one. We did slow down. Okay. Let's see, a little bit of damage. Let's max that out. What does this require? Orb catcher, but is expensive. Let's just go for some more max speed. There we go. I'll have to try some of the other weapons at some point, like the shotgun. This is kind of low on my list. Because these guns are doing absolute heck to most things. Or these guns are doing absolute heck to most trees in my way. I've yet to run into a rock, I think. Or maybe I have a couple of times and I just didn't notice. There we go. Yeah, the extra range that I've picked up has made it much easier for my my bullets to actually hit something, even if I'm technically missing. Okay, how are we doing? I could use some more stone, but unfortunately, the train track is riddled with filthy trees. That's some good stuff. That should give me plenty. Oh yeah, look at all these stones now. Yep, we're maxed out. Well, nothing matters anymore. Okay, just have to be very careful to just clear the way more than anything else. Oof. We were hitting a lot more than I thought, but we did manage to make it 80. Which is pretty good. More acceleration, more maximum storage. Max storage cars. Rate of fire. Let's see. Guess we'll grab another car. Do I want to just go for... yeah. Okay, let's move this to the right. Do we even have anything left? Yes. We have another shooter. Oh boy. Okay. World spawns in distance. I don't know at what point we get to level that up. Maybe it's making the orb catcher is the trick. Unfortunately, it's kind of on the expensive side. But maybe expensive is worth saving up for. Okay. And I don't need to think too hard about collecting stuff. We seem to get plenty just by existing. Maybe a little bit of focus on stone, but not like huge amounts, considering the further we go, the more stone shows up. Often on the tracks or near it. So I don't have to really be gunning for anywhere super far away. Okay. It's a kind of amusing sound effect, the popping, as I'm just exploding trees. Okay, not quite at maximum stone yet. However, this is definitely going to get me there. Just have to avoid taking too much damage. Nope. Yeah, 69. We almost got max stone. So, I guess once again, how much is this? 750. So that actually wouldn't take too long to invest towards. We have a milestone. Yeah, it's pretty good. Right. And I can just turn on auto speed so we don't need to care about anything. Perfect. Take a break for some yogurt. The brand that we've kind of found all over the place. I think it's French, La Fermière. And we like picking their yogurts up. This is total, like, just random non sequitur topic, but I don't know. This game is, I don't want to say kind of empty. When you're going down the tracks, there's not much to do. It's just shoot tree, shoot rock. And, you know, remark at how absolutely horrible I am to the local forests, I guess. Anyway, I'm just feeling kind of headachy, so I was like, yeah, I'll take a break. I'll you know, drink a little bit, read a bit of manga, eat some yogurt, and boy, like, that actually really does help. You know, prior I was just kind of like nodding off a little bit, and now I'm like, yeah, I've actually got some energy here. And I can actually kind of focus on what I'm doing as opposed to just feeling kind of zonked. And I don't know. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of going out on a walk before starting to record, and I think I can't do that. I have to get my recording done early. I think so much of it just boils down to I gotta get all my recording done, like, wicked early whenever it comes to, like, busy weeks like the Next Fest and stuff, where I'm just like super pre-recorded and don't have to worry about like scheduling or, you know, running out of time or something interrupts me or something like that. Because otherwise I just, time slips through my fingers pretty fast sometimes, and that can be a little rough. It doesn't help that, you know, for me, recording a video is often like an hour and a half, and that can be kind of tricky. The tree has a bigger hitbox than I'd like. Even this video, I have no idea how long it's going to be. Let's see. I see the armor is nice. We need to save up for that. That's 500. That's pushing it a bit. And I can probably pick this up. Actually, max this out. Yeah, I think that's worth it. I think everything else is not as much. Yeah, the extra storage just means I get to bring more money with me back. And, like, hopefully that's going to be helpful. It depends on how long it takes for me to max everything out, but it should be fine. We'll see. There we go. You know, it would be nice to get another cart, because then I could do a shotgun or something and put it in the front with the collection radius. Because I think I can have a bunch of carts that are not affected by the fuel booster, because, yeah, max wood. We might also want to look into just going for max speed. I've been kind of neglecting it, because reasons. It just didn't seem necessary, but I do wonder if the degradation of my, like, or the slow increase of, or decrease of fuel efficiency actually has something to do with time more than distance. I don't know. It'd be something to play around with. And so yeah, it might not be a bad idea to go for hard speed. I think the main problem mostly boils down to... Let's see. I think the main problem mostly boils down to if I'm too fast, I'm just going to end up ramming into trees like much earlier than my bullets could, like if I outspeed my bullets, for example. At this pace I have a fairly decent shot at destroying everything in my path. Though I do wonder if I need some more damage. I was originally kind of poo-pooing it because it didn't seem like it was necessary, but here it actually seems like it might be worth it. But these rocks and trees probably do take more than one hit to take out. How much do I have? Enough. Orb catcher car. Now is that... Okay, so I have to swap it. Progress down the track and collect resources to lure out the orb. Alright, let's take a look at upgrades. Yeah, sure. I'll go for some speed. Oh, wow. I apparently have a boatload of stone that I can spend. Well, that should help. How the heck do I have so much stone? So, this character we're playing as, how do they know how to catch the orb? Like, I guess they've been making, like, semi-autonomous turrets this entire time, so it shouldn't be that ridiculous. It just said travel down the track and collect resources to get the orb. Unless I've got to get stone? We haven't picked up any stone yet. Unless it's a certain distance that it starts showing up. I have no idea. Well, at least we're kind of liberated in having the orb detector at this point, because then I can just say, well, it'll show up when it shows up. Now all I have to do is just invest my money in upgrades. Get further, as far as I possibly can. Okay. Problem is we're hitting just a handful of these. Could be a little bit better. Yeah, I'll mess around with shotguns and maybe even the grenade. Well, definitely the grenade. Because yeah, we're having just a little bit of trouble with AoEs here. Oof. Yeah, some of these are hurting pretty bad, but no orb detection whatsoever. Unless there's kind of a story point that the orb is hiding from me and I need to do something to make it work. Yeah, that hurt. Didn't seem like it got anything for it, though. Unless I have to go that much further. Well, I'll pick this up. Because it seems like all of these are heavily reliant on stone, which I have goofy amounts of. Okay. So explosive support car. Support car buff. Wait, okay. Plus explosive support. Huh. Extra grenades per shot, but it requires a lot of wood. Okay, what else do we have out here? Fire rate at max speed. Yeah, the problem is that requires wood. Okay, well, manage train. Try the grenade launcher on the front. Yeah, see, this was what I was afraid of with the grenade launcher. It doesn't actually shoot forward. So it's actually, I mean, it's going to be great for harvesting resources, I suppose. But it has no, like, it's not going to be very useful for clearing or getting distance. We are not detecting this orb yet. I thought it was supposed to be one of those is like go down the track, collect resources. It'll show up. Unless I have to go even further than I already have been. It's a possibility. I was hoping it would help again in those situations where things are extremely busy. There's a ton of resources nearby, but no, I'm actually not even seeing it destroy a lot of stuff at this point. Because it does a visual effect, but it doesn't really destroy anything. Yeah, so I think I'm going to probably switch that back. Okay, fire rate, max speed. I think I'm gonna have to go with that. Manage train. Let's try the shotgun. Its fire rate is pretty bad, though. Like, it could be better, but... yeah, the main problem is its fire rate is pretty bad in comparison to the regular spike launcher cannons, and nothing, yeah, it's bad in comparison to those. It doesn't have the pierce, and its range is super terrible. So, like, it'll be good when we're in really thick foresty areas. I'll have to see what the explosive card gets me, because if it's one of those where it makes my spikes explosive, now that's going to be really good. And extremely helpful. Probably. Okay. We've made it to 55. The main problem is when things get that sparse there. You don't get a whole lot of resources. Right. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it does nearly as much damage as the spikes. Either, is the thing I'm noticing. Like, I'm seeing the hits register, but it's not actually damaging anything. It's really expensive. Like, probably worth it, but still rough. Okay, manage train. Change some things. Oh, and yeah, we don't have the collector. Rest on the track, collect resources to lure out the orb. It doesn't seem like that's working, though. Move that left. And switch this back for just a spike shooter. I think we're just going to go for bonus storage. And resource collection. Though, in retrospect, maybe better to go for the fuel. Hard to say. At least with my current upgrade setup, yeah, it seems like going with the spike launcher is by and far the best. Maybe later the grenade and the shotgun will be good, but not at the moment. Okay. What do we talk about? What do we even do? I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of chilling. I think this game is one of those, like, siren calls where it's just, like, so chill it makes me go to sleep. And that makes it tricky. There we go. Where it's just like, just the right amount of zen to be a slight problem for me. I mean, it's not too much of a problem. Hopefully we can get a couple more interesting upgrades before we're done. I am feeling like some of the upgrades are maybe a little too static. I also recognize that, like, that is somewhat the nature of the game. If things were too interesting or too powerful, we'd be able to just, like, clear our way through stuff really quickly. Let's see. Yeah, hitting about 78. So I think we need to have both cars. There. At least we get this. So bonus damage, fire rate at max speed, so that's going to be very good. A lot of these are extremely good. Okay. Yeah, bullets per shot. Neither of those unlock anything new. That's the problem. And it feels like next resource unlocked at level 5. But it doesn't feel like I'm making it. I don't even know how to make it higher levels. It feels like I'm missing something in this process, but I don't actually know what it is. Because it seems like I've kind of capped out a lot of my base resources, apart from going for some more speed and acceleration, if even. I don't know. It's fine. I mean, I've had a very good time with this. It's a chill incremental... It's a chill incremental game that does something different. It's still very much your standard node buster inspired incremental game, but the fact that we are, you know, just going down this train line and just crawling for as many resources as we possibly can get is fun. It's an interesting twist on the formula, and I think it works well. Because there is some element of player skill involved, and luck, for how far can you go on a singular run. Oh, I got rid of the orb thing. I guess I got rid of the orb thing because I was trying to just go for some upgrades. Because it didn't feel like I was making progress, because that orb detection was at 0%. It looks like I'm drifting when I'm going at certain angles here, which is very funny. Let's see. But yeah, overall, I think it's a good experience. I think it suffers from the same thing that some other incremental games do, which is specifically, there's a semblance of a build here. You know, I've gone for these spike launchers, and they're extremely good, but I don't really have a whole lot of ownership over it because, one, the other weapons aren't good. The grenades just don't do enough damage. Same thing with the shotgun. And I didn't see, like, any easy ways to upgrade them. We almost made it to 100. And, like, damage-wise, we are hard capped here. We cannot improve my damage any further than I have. The only way I can do it is specifically, distance 1,500. How? Oh, total distance traveled. Got it. Oh, and these are icy. That's the issue, is that we've been getting all of these upgrades for the spike shooter. But we'd have to get... I got it. Yeah, it's not like any of those are giving me new upgrades. So, I don't know. I think I might mostly leave it here. Oh, right, I was going to mess with a thing. So yeah, if I want to get another one of these, it's 500. And that's manageable. But let's, rather than getting resources, let's try the explosives support. Oh, no, I haven't gotten it yet. All right, whatever. I think I'm going to leave it here. I could keep going, but I think I'm going to leave this to taunt you all. Mostly so I can take a break, and because I think I've been recording a fair bit of this video already. I did it in multiple chunks, and I kind of lose track of time when I do that. But once again, I think it's an interesting incremental game. I think the demo skill tree is maybe a little bit of a limited showing, too limited of a showing. If only because there's so many more things that I'd love to do as part of this, but I've literally capped out the weapon I use. So unless I want to buy like maybe explosive support, if that actually helps me, like I'm kind of stuck. And I think maybe the point is you just can't even catch the orb in the demo, you know, leave that for later. And I think that's okay too. Either that or we just got to get another car and slap it on and go past 100 and maybe then that's when it shows up. Maybe. For now at least, I might as well say that the Trainatic's demo is available on Steam, so if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. Once again, it's genuinely a good time. It's an interesting incremental game, and, well, you're probably not going to get too much further than me. Maybe you can. I'm assuming the full version of this game is going to have a much, much larger talent tree. I think the main thing I will always request with this, though, is I really wish there were some, like, unique points that let me limit break an upgrade, or specifically spec further into one gun or another gun or something like that. You know, if there was like a, you know, prestige point here, gateway, and then that opens up a whole extra upgrade tree purely for spike throwers. Spike shooters? Like, that would be nice. Purely from the perspective of, then at some point I could be like, you know, spike shooters aren't doing it for me, reset the tree, and then spec hard into grenades. Because right now, all it takes is just a couple more runs, and then I can spec into both grenades and spike shooters and whatnot. And it doesn't feel like I'm going for a build. It just feels like I'm unlocking everything. I realize, like, the limitation feels arbitrary, but it feels more personal in that way. And so I will always advocate for it a little bit, just so that if... I like when my runs and builds have identities, rather than this is just the sum total of everything available to me. And too many incremental games just give you the sum total of everything without ever letting you delve deep. Because I like the idea of potentially going for like a heavy explosive impact build, but at least currently there's no way to really invest into it. It's a nice secondary thing, but it's not like it's really going to make too much of a difference. Maybe. Anywho, I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. Well, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.